Hey, hey, hey. Hello, everyone. Hope all is well. Let me just get some stuff going on while I wait for one person to come in the chat room. So all I need is one. That's it, just one person. That's all I need to see in the chat room. If you're in the chat room already, say hello. I'm trying to get to this particular chat, so just bear with me. It's easy if I just go to my cell phone. At least I thought it was. Come on now. I know I had. Maybe I need to do it this way. Oh, there I go. Wickedness in the church. Testimony service is now open. Okay, I don't need to hear any backlash. All right. Well, I might as well like my own show. This channel only has 49 subscribers, and it's all good because I'm just going to upload it on the other channel anyway. But, you know, I've been hearing some horrible stories lately. And I should have thought about this a little better in terms of, you know what? I think I'm going to start it off on a heavy note and end it on a light note. This video. You know what? Why don't I just take you to the screen share? Thank you for stopping by the Madam Whip-Ass channel. Wickedness in the church. Testimony service is now open. And we're just going to go right here. And I'll let you hear for yourself. The recording is naturally low, so let me start it again. In case you didn't hear her, the video starts with her stating that she was raped at 8.5 years old. I kept it to myself. I didn't know who to trust. They all look like him. 8.5 years old. Taffy. How old are you? 8. He's 8 years old. I was 8.5. When my mother's boyfriend took my childhood away from me. Took my childhood away from me. But God, my mother knew about it. Okay, fine. My God. My mom came to me 2 days ago. My mom was pregnant. It's not that. Okay. No, I'm bringing awareness. She is lying. She is lying.
YouTube.
Wow. In case that wasn't clear enough for you, this woman stood up in church. She said that when she was 8.5, she was raped by her mother's boyfriend, and her mother knew. And I'm sure you could see her mother, that was her mother standing up, pleading the blood of Jesus and rebuking the devil and calling this young woman a liar. And within all the commotion that ensued, um, maybe you can make out her saying, "She never loved me." That was a young woman referring to her mother. About 2 months ago, I met an old young lady, 17, and she told me her life story in all of her 17 years. She said she was adopted by a pastor and his wife. There were other siblings adopted. Not sure if they were her biological siblings, maybe one, but other children were adopted by this pastor who has several churches here in the state of Georgia. I know this pastor's name, and he has about 6 locations. But I met this young girl who told me that the pastor began to rape her from the age of 11. And it went on for 5 years until she was 16 and removed out of the home. But prior to her being removed out of the home, she had told several people. And the first person she told when it happened was her mother, the pastor's wife, who did not believe her. And so she remained in this home with this family, continuing to be raped. She said the second time she told someone, time had gone by, um, she told a friend who told the teacher. She knows now that there was an investigation. She remembers people who, being young, maybe she was 12 or 13 at the time, and not really understanding the system and who these adults are. But now that she's older and more mature, she says yes, she believes it was DFACS people. They did an investigation, and she doesn't understand, but nothing happened. She's still in this home, continuing to be raped. The third time she told, which was maybe 2 years ago, was to the principal. And at that time, she had told the principal. She had told 2 other times, especially her mother was the first person she told when it first happened. And the principal promised her that there will be a resolution and she will be somewhere safe and not returned to that home. And it was the principal, that principal, who got the ball rolling and saw to it that something was done. She had been removed out of the home. That's all I'm going to say. When I asked the 17-year-old, why do you think your mother, which is her adopted mother, didn't believe you? She said, at first she said that she didn't know. And I guess that was an answer to just give her some time to really process a question she had never asked, had been asked before. And after a few moments of thinking about it, she arrived at the conclusion that her mother, her adopted mother, didn't believe her because the woman simply didn't want her marriage messed up and her family life messed up. And, you know, there's a lot of perks when you're a pastor's wife and you have 6 churches. So when you're a pastor's wife and your pastor husband is fucking children, the fact that you wear the finest dresses, the finest shoes, the finest hats, and you are the best dressed woman in all of your churches is just far more important than saving a child from being raped by your husband. Let that sink in. So when I came across this video that I just showed you and observed the actions of the mother, because clearly the woman who was testifying was not standing up there lying. But the mother was just so adamant about her daughter telling a filthy lie like that. And you know what? In all of those few seconds, I downloaded a lot of information about that mother mentally. You know, I had a mental download. It's just easier to call her daughter a liar and view her daughter as a demon. That's the easy path than to face the truth and admit that you chose a man that was raping your daughter and you knew about it and you did nothing. And as a mother, you're supposed to protect that child. Sorry ass bitches can't handle the truth. Anyway, let's go to a lighter note. That was just too deep and heavy. You know, church to me these days, and I've been feeling like this for the past 8, 9, 10 years, church can be a very scary place. Pastors scare me. Stop letting your children spend the night over the pastor's house. There's just too much going on. I'm just to the point when I'm introduced to somebody and they talk about they a pastor, I damn near want to run the other way. And you're probably saying, why would you, how do you feel like that? When you have sat down and heard countless horrendous stories of child abuse, sexual abuse inflicted upon boys and girls by pastors, you'd feel the same way too. Now, that was a very deep testimony service, but testimony service can also be very humorous. And I came across this testimony for you. Let me go to the screen share. Give me a second. Just want to make sure nobody's in the chat room. Oh, hey, sassy cat. I'm going to come to you, sassy. Just bear with me. But you know what? Why don't I just deal with that now before I transition into something more lighthearted and humorous? Whew. Sassy Cat says, I've worked with small children that have been sexually abused. Lord have mercy, she says. They do not want to believe the truth. That makes you as evil as a husband, maybe more so. This is Sassy. I'm reading her comments. Anyone who teaches prosperity scares me. I want a preacher to preach the word. I know that's right, Sassy. Right. Okay, so I'm going to the screen share and we're going to listen to this one.
I'm Nancy, and I'm a backslider. Y'all pray for me.
Right, hold on.
Hi, my name is Tiny Nancy. Y'all pray for me. Bible said the food makes the marks out of God. He's not to be played with. And food in the heart says there's no God, but God is real. I used to come home drunk from school, laying up with men, out there prostituting, having oral sex with my mouth, licking me in bars. Amen.
Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. We go watch that again.
Hi, my name is Tiny Nancy, and I'm a backslider. Y'all pray for me. Bible said the food makes the marks out of God. He's not to be played with. And food in the heart says there's no God, but God is real. I used to come home drunk from school, laying up with men, out there prostituting, having oral sex with my mouth, licking me in bars. Amen. Remember in prayer. Anyone else have a word from the Lord, a testimony of God's goodness?
Okay, so I'm not laughing at the woman. Bless her heart. That's a babe in Christ. You could clearly see she been through some stuff in her life. She just told a little bit of it. But I I think what tickles me about it is when she said she was having oral sex with her mouth. Like, is there another way you can have oral sex? I don't know why that just tickles me. And licking the balls. I mean, she just put the ball in the balls. Lord, this reminds me of a testimony I heard live. When did this happen? Sometimes, wait, let me think. In the early 90s, I will never forget this testimony where this sister stood up during testimony service and she said, giving honor to God, who is the head of my life, and the pastor and his wife, and all the ministers and elders who are sitting on the roster. I just want to thank God for being here tonight. If it wasn't for the Lord, where would I be with my 5 children? God delivered us this past Saturday night. We were all home. It was about 10 o'clock. My husband was asleep on the couch and I was doing the dishes and all the children were in bed sleeping. And I was just going to do the dishes and go ahead and on the bed myself. We had been out shopping and doing all types of things all through that whole Saturday, and I was just tired. The kids were tired out. I didn't have to fight with them to go to bed or nothing. So I'm about to finish drying my last dish, and there's a pounding on the door, on the apartment, my apartment door. And I go and open the door, and somebody's running down the steps, and the hallway was filled with smoke. And they said, "It's a fire. You got to get out." And I shut the door because the smoke was coming into the apartment. So I ran to my husband and I woke him up and I said, "Baby, it's a fire. It's a fire. It's a fire. The place is on fire." And he woke up and looked at me and said, "Fire?" And he ran right out the door. I had to rustle up all 5 of the children, had to get them up. I was so scared. And when we opened up the apartment door, the smoke just came billowing in, and I'm just telling the children to just get on the floor. And we crawled down the steps, me and the 5 babies. And we crawled, and I had one baby on my back and the other one on underneath my right arm. And it was so dark and you couldn't see nothing. And I'm just calling for my children and telling them to stay close. But thank God we done made it out the building. Outside, and there was a crowd outside, and my husband just standing in the crowd watching along with everybody else. But thank God that God delivered me and my 5 children. And this piece of shit husband right here, he ain't gonna be my husband no more. He could take this ring. And she took off her ring and threw it at him and told him he can get the fuck out of my life. Amen. Pray my strength in the Lord. And she sat down. Honey, I could not contain myself. I fell out. I laughed my ass off. I laughed all through the service. I laughed on the way home, driving home. I laughed as I was taking a shower, getting ready for bed. I laughed myself to sleep. I don't think I've ever heard the most funniest or seen the funniest shit go on in church in my life before nor after that testimony night. And you know what? I don't blame her. She took his raggedy ring off her finger and threw it at him right there in church. And I woke the man up on the couch, told about, "Baby, it's a fire." He said, "Fire?" And ran right out the door. Didn't think about her, didn't even think about the children. This woman had to rustle up all the children and get them out of a burning building, and his ass standing in the crowd spectating along with everybody else. Now, you know, but that's not a testimony I would have stood up in church and told. But I'm glad she told it, because that shit was funny. That was funny. Whew. Lord, that was funny the way she told it. I wish, honey, I wish I could have recorded that. If you ain't laughing at the story, that's all right. But if I would have recorded it and played it for you, you be laughing your ass off too. That was some funny stuff there. Oh my goodness. And she, sure enough, I don't recall seeing that man come to church with her another time after that. That marriage was over. Over. Hey, Elm City. Oh, Lord. Anyway, this is just going to be a little quick hangout. I just thought I would share a few things. I've been coming across a lot of stuff on the internet. Hold on a second. Maybe I've been coming across some funny stuff. And every time I come across something, I'll be like, oh, I need to do a video about this. Because stuff be funny, honey. Let me see. What have I come across? Oh, goodness gracious. How about this? Let me find this for you. Did y'all hear about that daggone comedian that got attacked? Let's see.
What's a super easy way to tell that your bed is awful?
How about you shut up, ad? Because I didn't send for you. Let's see what this one is about. Oh, there it go. Okay. Here's something I came across, which was frightening to me. Like to see it? Here it go. Good grief.
What up, y'all? Steve Brown here. I'm sure y'all saw the video, and I'm good. I'm great. Y'all saw the skills, the duck and move skills, but I'm gonna tell y'all right now, some of these comedy clubs got to be held accountable for lack of security. And the thing is, the dude wasn't being heckled. Nobody was messing with him. Me and my man Marlon, we were doing a great show, and all of a sudden the dude just got up, lost his mind. I asked him, was he okay? And then he just went from there, and I had to give him the comedian disclaimer. If you come on stage, your ass is open game. So you saw what happened. He was doing all that swinging, and I was doing the ducking. If you look at the video, I was talking to him like, dude, you're going to get tired. I'm going to knock your ass out. I swear to God. So he saw that he wasn't getting no licks in, and that's when he started picking up stools and all that other bullshit. But, it is what it is. So on to the next club. Love y'all. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Instagram that joint.
Nah, Snapchat that bitch.
Instagram that joint.
Nah, Snapchat that bitch.
Follow. Every time I check my phone, follow. They all in my DMs. Follow.
Okay, I done found something else funny. Where you at?
Drag and drop. It's perfect. Hi, I'm Kurt Hosenbeck.
What's happening, guys? It's TJ. LSU dad, right? So I'm leaving Walgreens, okay? I'm leaving Walgreens. I need to get some soap powder. So young lady in the Walgreens, I gotta call her to unlock the soap powder, right? Because they got the soap powder locked up like it's a narcotic now, you know? So she come unlock it and say, why you gotta lock up soap powder? Well, you know, the teenagers, it's like now, it's the cool thing to do is to eat the soap powder. I said, so the cool thing to do now is to eat soap powder. She said, yeah, the cool thing now to do is to eat soap powder. I said, listen, don't lock up nothing else in the store. You already have the Sudafed locked up, okay, because of the meth addicts. You got the Zantac locked up because people with acid indigestion stealing that in the middle of the night, right? So when they start eating the toilet paper, are you going to lock up the toilet paper? Okay, this is getting ridiculous. Let them eat it. If they want to eat soap powder, listen to me. If your child is dumb enough to eat some soap powder, we don't need your child. We don't need it. These are teenagers doing this. These are not 7-year-old. I have a 7-year-old and she will not eat anything unless she smell it first. So if they dumber than a 7-year-old to eat soap powder, let them eat it. Hey, listen, I don't care if they eat soap powder until bubbles fill up in the toilet. I don't care. We don't need your kid. We're just going to let natural selection wipe out your stupid child who's eating soap powder, okay? Now, don't lock up nothing and inconvenience the people with some damn sense. Let them eat the soap powder.
One more. This is something interesting. Is it this one? Let's see. Hold on. There it goes. This cat got a heart, a natural heart on his leg. Look, this one got a top hat. Unbelievable. It's amazing. Wow, you can't even dream this up. He got a heart that surrounds his whole entire face. It doesn't even look real, but it is amazing. Look, he looks surprised all the damn time. Look, another heart. Isn't that amazing? the cat that's on the cat marking of his fur. Wow. It looks like him. That's funny. He has a white mustache. Perfect. Look at that. Look, he got a heart on his nose. Wow. You can't dream this stuff up. Look at this. He has a mustache and these white eyebrows. This is crazy. But that's real. Look how this cat look like damn Hitler. Look at that little mustache he be having and then the hairstyle. This is just too funny. This kitten has the word cat in his fur. Oh, another heart nose. Look, Monkey Mills on the cat. How this kitten look like a damn panda bear. Wow. There's another cat that has a cat on them. Anyway, I just thought I would share that with you. I'm just going to mosey my way back into the chat on the phone because I had to go elsewhere in order to find you. There you go. Anyway, Elm City. And Sassy, thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, we did need this sweetness, right? Too cute. Too cute. I tried to end it on a more happier and pleasant note than what I began this hangout with because that was just too heavy in the beginning. I had to, whew, leave it on a more positive, constructive note. But anyway, I'm going to go now, and I'm just going to upload this on another channel. But thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me. If I can find you, hold on. Don't go nowhere, y'all. I want to rent you, but I got to get you some kind of way. Come on. I don't like Google Chrome. Makes things difficult. Get you some kind of way. Come on. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. That's all I need to do. Just needed to mod y'all. Anyway, I'm going to go. Thank you for stopping by, and I shall catch up with you later. Ciao.